Now, I got to ask you, if you had to fight one creature from the horror genre, who would scare you the most to fight and why?
Yeah, I was actually thinking about that question. It would probably be the one that scared me one of the ones that scared me the most as a kid, the Blob. Do you remember the Blob?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Oh,
I don't remember how they defeated the Blob at the end of the movie. I'm sure there
mm,
was some way they did, but it's just something about that particular horror creature. Uh, the way I think part of it is that it could come in anywhere because it's like it's not physical, so it could slide in the doors, it could come up toilets, come down like a ventilator. So it's really could be just about anywhere. There's really no
mm.
keeping it out. If there's a room with space, some type of space, then it can actually come in. And so I think that that would be the most frightening one to have to deal with.
Yeah, that would be. I didn't think of that one before, but now that you mention it, I do remember being like terrified at that point. Yeah, I remember watching that really young. I think it must have been like 7 or 8. My mom was always like, "Why?" To my grandfather, my dad's dad, she's like, "Why are you letting this little kid watch all these like really scary movies?" Because I was always terrified after that. There was the one where it was like, oh, it's not Sleepers, but it's like something like that, and it was like Body Snatchers. Body Snatchers freaked me out. And it was always like the AMC version, right? But still, like, yeah, I found that absolutely terrifying. So The Blob was another one. So I think that's like a really, really good answer. Well, I was just noticing, Todd, I know we're kind of getting down on time here, but I know we got time for this. So since, apparently I didn't look at Amazon, right? Um, what are there any other books or stories or anything like that that we missed? You did say that, you have some short stories out there. Are there any in particular, that you maybe want to like have people check out, or can we like find them like through your website or anything like that? Or
So yeah, I mean, again, the books I have here, the Sunshine Chronicles, Hollow Man, there would be One Blood Stew. These are all available on Amazon. Uh, you can probably find them at. There's a lot of different book websites out there that you should be able to find them at too. So that should be fine. This goes also for Butchers, The Great Man Smoking Shows, A Solo Day, and then this isn't my book, but for Nightmare Press, I edited and selected the stories of Todd Sullivan Presents The Vampire Connoisseur. These are like 15 vampire stories. So I
oh,
definitely
that's
urge
cool.
people to actually check that out. That was actually a pretty fun experience, and the stories in there are really good, particularly even into vampires. But even if you're not, there actually are really good stories in there. Uh, yeah, so that's the main ways in which you can find my books. But at this point, because I'm really active on promoting myself and things like that, honestly, if you just Google my name, uh, Todd Todd Sullivan Sullivan, you should be able to find me. And then if you add writer to it, you'll definitely find me. You'll find a lot of the stuff I've been doing over the past, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years maybe.
Cool. I was just curious with that one in particular, for the Vampire Connoisseur, because first of all, that is a really cool cover. But yeah, I was just curious because it says Todd Sullivan Presents, so I'm so glad that I asked and you clarified that one. How did you come to edit that one? That's a really cool book to edit, I think.
Again, it's just a typical submissions process. So Jacob through Nightmare Press sent out a call through the various channels, one sent out calls for submissions. Uh, and then they basically, people just started emailing me. I do like a small magazine called Some Joko Magazine. I've been doing this for 5 years. I started during the COVID years. So I've been doing it for 5 years. Yeah, people submit to me, submit, and then you just go through them. I mean, I think for the vampire series, we got close to 300 submissions. Like people really, really like vampire
Wow.
stories. They
Mhm.
only published 15 of them. And yeah, and then like I read through all of them, and I just chose. It becomes really hard to be honest because when so many, there actually are a lot of good vampire stories, and so maybe a few really good ones just couldn't be selected. But yeah, and I selected the 15 that I thought would be were the 15 that I thought would be the best, and yeah, I mean that's basically the way that process went.